graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
Hey, this is Brian Johnson, and you are listening to Two Strangers, One Podcast. Why the fuck you're doing that instead of listening to Tell 'em Steve Dave is beyond me.
He is a comic book nerd.
In brightest day and darkest night. We can learn a lot from comics.
She is a reality TV junkie.
No idea.
Snooki had her baby. A dollar makes me holla.
Chris likes sci-fi.
They do a brain transplant into this whole new body, but it's you.
Kristen likes celebrity gossip.
Breaking news.
Oh, more breaking
news? It's not official. Official. Before it was just a rumor. Case 2, our Pats moved back in together.
What do they have in common? Nothing. You're listening to Two Strangers, One Podcast.
Now, here's Chris and Kristen.
Well, hello and welcome to Two Strangers, One Podcast. I'm Chris.
And I'm Kristen.
And if
not
you
get rid of us.
Found our show from me spamming you for our Kickstarter, thank you very much.
Welcome.
Come on in. We have coffee. We
Welcome
have tea.
to the big show.
We have beverages for you.
We ain't got shit for
It's a
you.
little party. It's theater of the mind. Come
Theater
on
of
in.
the mind.
It's a cold day outside.
Embrace
Come into our
it.
house. We have hot
Cocoa.
cocoa for you. Come
Cookies.
in. Join our party. We have hot toddies, like,
Yeah.
you know, what
do they got in
it's
them?
like a little liquor. It's basically,
Yeah.
isn't it like chocolate?
Like tea
It's
or
like
something. Yeah, I don't remember.
a hot toddy. I always thought
I know it's
hot
a
toddy
hot
was
beverage.
like hot cocoa with like maybe like Kahlua or some shit. Like,
Baileys.
You know, we got
I'm
the
gonna
big.
look that up. Hot
We have
toddy.
that. What's that dog? A Saint Bernard with a little barrel under his neck.
Oh, yeah.
So come on in. It's cold.
Beethoven.
Now,
Beethoven.
we had, the other day, we had some crazy weather this weekend where it jumped up to like 65 degrees.
Yesterday I had no coat on. I was like,
Yeah,
this is
it was
gorgeous.
I had
out.
my windows cracked open. I had like a nice little summer breeze hitting me. Now, the day before, or 2 days before, you know, we had gotten a big snow. You know, I still had,
big snow.
even though my driveway was like officially, technically plowed, there was still like ice on the ground and stuff
Yeah.
like that. You almost broke your neck. And I said, hey, don't sue me,
yeah.
sue my landlord.
Pretty much.
Um,
And
but-
I took my dog out for a walk, and I was doing splits. Like, it was so icy. I was like, all right, we're done. Take your shit, let's go. And he, of course, wants to stay out longer.
Oh yeah, of course.
Well,
I
always
love
on the
that
cold
shit.
days.
And so, but then the other day,
This weekend.
we have this wonderful weather. All the snow's gone. Beautiful.
I
No more
was
shoveling.
driving to work, so I left my house probably around 5 a.m., which is gross. I hate being up at that hour.
I hate being up before the sun.
Was it-
That's the worst feeling in the world.
Yeah, I know. It is so dark. And then when you leave, it's dark, too. I'm like...
Yeah.
Where's the daylight? But it was a downpour at 5 a.m. and thunder and lightning. I'm like, what the f-? I was like, this is January. It was the craziest weather. Like, I could hear it raining before I left, and I was like, is that rain? And then I walk out, it was downpour, and I'm like, this is ridiculous weather. So... Global warming is real.
Global warming is real.
It is happening. But now we're supposed to get snow again.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to go back to being cold, so
Yeah.
we're releasing this episode in the middle of January, so come on in. Enjoy
Come on in from the
Sit by
cold.
the fire and enjoy us. And-
Fireside chats.
Yeah, Fireside Chat. Hello and welcome to Two Strangers One Podcast.
Hey, baby.
We are a comedy podcast, and we're gonna rub your comedy.
Here we go. Rub your funny bone.
We're gonna rub your comedy clit today.
You know, you gotta go there. Your comedy clit. What?
Your comedy clit. We're gonna tickle your comedy clit with our comedy, with our hilarious tongues. So,
Yes, Mr. Christopher.
does the word bazinga? mean
Bazinga.
anything? Does the word bazinga mean anything to you?
No.
Okay. So you don't? Do you watch the show Big Bang Theory?
Sometimes.
No, I guess not. Okay.
I do, sometimes.
Okay, you know pretty much, you know, I consider the main character Sheldon.
Yeah.
I mean, Leonard's really the main character,
Technically.
but Sheldon. Now with
Sheldon pretty much steals the show.
Yeah, exactly. And whenever Sheldon pulls a joke on somebody, he says bazinga.
Bazinga, okay.
Now that being said, he's not known for
Jokes.
He's not known for jokes, so. You know, when he puts it on, and it's a pretty funny, when you get into the show and you understand the character, when he says bazinga, it is funny because folks thought this was bazinga. There is now officially in
A bazinga bee.
in the record books a bazinga bee. And I'm still loading
Still
up
like
the,
trying to Bazinga
webpage.
bee.
Bazinga bee. So fans of Big Bang Theory,
You have a bee.
be advised that
I'm gonna be a bazinga bee for Halloween.
for the rest of history in the insect kingdom, which, you know, finding an insect species is like there's like a new one every week.
Yeah, it's not that exciting.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. This is from NBC
Bees.com.
News. Usually we don't read articles, but I just, because I'm a big fan of the Big Bang Theory. This is from Reuters, updated Los Angeles. The Big Bang Theory physicist Sheldon Cooper has a buzzy new claim to fame. The geeky TV character who counts Britain Stephen Hawking as his online friend has had a species of bee named after his favorite catchphrase, Bazinga. On the TV show, Cooper uses the word to signal that he just pulled a trick on somebody else. Essentially, a gotcha moment. Brazilian biologist Andre...
Brazil.
I gotta go to Brazil. Brazil biologist Andre Nemesio said he named the species of Brazilian orchid bee the Euglossa bazinga in honor of the clever, funny nerd, a character Sheldon Cooper, because the bee had tricked scientists for some time with its similarity to another species. Nemesino published the paper last month in the Zootaxa, a journal for worldwide zoological taxonomists. Steve Malaro, one of the executive producers of The Big Bang Theory, said on Wednesday that CBS comedy is, quote-unquote, always extremely flattered when the science committee embraces our show. Sheldon would be honored to know that the Euglossa bazinga was inspired by him. In fact, after Mothra and griffins, bees are his third favorite flying creatures.
Here we go.
The Big Bang Theory, a comedy about a group of brilliant but socially awkward scientists, is one of the most popular comedies in the U.S. television, attracting about 18 million viewers an episode. And
our podcast.
Yep.
18 million listeners.
Actor Jim Parsons, the guy who plays Sheldon, has won 2 Emmys for his performance as Cooper. And they are on a roll.
Oh yeah,
they are
huge.
The last episode, by the time this episode comes out, the newer episode will be out. But it was last week when they were going to a Star Trek convention, and they had stopped off in the desert to take pictures, because apparently in this part of the desert is where they filmed old episodes of the original Star Trek. So they pulled over, they said, let's go take pictures. Then their car gets stolen.
Of course.
But they're in full Star Trek outfits with all their wallets and stuff in the car. So they're trying to hitchhike dressed like Star Trek characters. And it was a pretty funny episode. It was, and it was like the numbers for that particular episode was like the best the show's ever got. Like they're really on a roll on that show.
Them, yeah,
I'm so glad. I feel glad for them because I like the show and I like it. I'd like to know that it's doing good. So, the
Bazinga Bee, look out for it, folks.
The Bazinga Bee.
What's gonna be next? Like the Aruga, the Aruga dog or something?
Yeah.
New species.
What other?
What else is there? Boy,
the woo woo woo. Oh my God! I was watching the Three Stooges, the new movie Three Stooges.
Yeah, I saw your.
It is fucking funny.
Is it really, Chris?
And it has.
I have no desire to see
the Jersey Shore in it. The guys, all the people from the Jersey Shore, because Mo.
Now I have to see.
Mo goes on the Jersey Shore. Yeah, baby. What's that? So my daughter is handing me a C-3PO doll. She wants to know who's that.
You know who it is, girl.
Because she's been. Now the funny thing is, take a shot. Of course, my daughter, she turned 2 a couple months ago, and I'm trying to indoctrinate her into being a nerd.
Chris is brainwashing her.
So she doesn't have a Barbie, but she has a Barbie-sized Darth Vader.
Sick. You're a sick man, Chris.
What? She's playing with C-3PO. She has an R2-D2. She's getting...
Wait till she witnesses a Barbie for the first time, and you're going to be crushed.
Well, and I have the DVDs.
You're gonna be
right around here, and she'll pick up the DVDs and point and say, "Who's this? Who's that? Who's this?" Because she knows the toys. She hasn't even seen the movies yet.
You're sick.
So
You're sick, man.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I've had it playing in the background. I did take a picture once where she was looking at like C-3PO. So I have like a picture of like from behind that she's staring at the screen, but. I'm slowly indoctrinating her to be a nerd. She was Batman on Halloween, so and she looks all sad in the picture. But Batman's a sad character. No, my parents are dead. No, I have to avenge crime because my parents got killed in the alley. Swear to me.
Just a bunch of smoke.
Now I fight crime. I am
exhausted. I'm tired.
Justice that flaps in the night. So yeah. So
Bazinga Bee. When in doubt, we're just gonna say Bazinga Bee.
Yeah. Now, would you consider the TV I have in my room a flat screen?
Yeah.
I don't.
Oh, okay.
I have a pretty decent sized TV in my room, And the only reason I have it is because it was a gift from my baby mama's daddy. It's a rear projection screen. I really wouldn't call it a flat screen. I don't know. It's a weird... It's a nice size TV. It's a little mini movie theater. But I was thinking about it the other day, because we are having, and I should have mentioned this last episode, you know, we are still working on StrangerCon. StrangerCon is going to be our live event. I'm looking to see if I could get some music. We're going to do a podcast. I'm going to see if we can get some friends to do a podcast. Also, we want to keep you guys busy. Right now, we have, it's only verbally, confirmed that we're going to be doing it in a place called The Space. The Space has recently moved to it's a place called Greenovation.
That's it. That's the name of it, yeah.
And what it is it's basically a store that sells used items, old items.
But it's supposed to be like, in there.
Their mentality is, if it's something useful that can be used again, why throw it in the garbage when you can buy it? So it looks almost like a Salvation Army, but I don't want to say that because it's not the Salvation Army, it's Greenovation. But they have some wild stuff there. I mean, they have old, and this is why it popped in my head. They have like old TVs. Yeah. Now they're not functioning, but you can buy it just as like a centerpiece or you can take the tube out and put something in there, or you could put it, because I had got so caught up with those cool looking TVs that I went online, and there are people who have modified old TVs to put, because you can get a cheap flat screen 13-inch, easy. Yeah. And then if you put it in the casing of an old TV, it looks pretty cool. And so, so I realized, including this TV that I have, because I don't consider this a flat screen. I've never had a flat screen.
Sorry,
as Chris. A guy as technologically
no flat screen for Chris. Mind you, I'm looking at the TV. It's a flat screen.
I guess it's a flat screen. I mean, it's a rear projection, but
not good enough for Chris.
In my basement, I got two big old heavy
the big ones
TVs from 10, 15 years ago that work perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm. They always do. Those are the ones that last forever.
Yeah, they last forever. They don't. I don't think I've never had them dropped or anything like that. But I mean, they've been banged around. I've put them in my car.
And stuff.
One of those TVs I must have moved 4 or 5 times. It's been with me forever, and it still works. And of course it's fucking heavy. It's hard. Yeah, so for me to carry that, I carry that thing downstairs. I almost killed myself. But I've never owned a flat screen. One day,
maybe one day it'll be a big unveiling.
I'm gonna get myself a flat screen.
A picture of you next to your flat screen.
It's just weird that someone is
right.
I like gadgets and stuff like that, and I just don't have the disposable income to get all the cool stuff. But I try to stay on top, and I worked at Radio Shack for a little while, so working there, I kind of had to stay on top on. I know what all the flat screens do. Every other room in this house has a flat screen TV, and I've set them all up. But my TV is a little it's a rear projection, so it's a flat screen, but it's not really. And I actually had to replace the bulb on this. They wanted $200 to get it fixed in the store. I found the bulb on eBay for $90. And
to do what to do.
Yeah, and I found the bulb on eBay, and then actually, I love YouTube. And I've said that before in other past episodes.
They show you how to do everything?
There is tutorials for everything. And so there was a tutorial on how to change it. And it's relatively easy. All it is taking screws out, taking one bulb out, replacing it.
How many nerds does it take to
screw in a light bulb? One nerd to screw in a bulb.
There's a cat video. There's a tutorial video on how to give a cat massage. Have you ever seen it? They made fun of it on some show I was watching, and I was like, this is serious. This woman's just sitting there with her cat showing you, and I'm like, there's videos for everything.
Well,
a cat massage.
Any new listeners that are catching up to us from the Kickstarter, I have on my old computer, this is a 5-year-old computer, Final Cut Express, and it's a very good, very decent video editing program, and I gotten all my... No one ever sat down and told me how to use it.
Right.
I watch all tutorials on eBay, on YouTube,
on eBay.
Which we do have stuff on eBay if you want to give it a shot. And now my new little obsession that I would like to get my hands on or get some sort of working version of, which I can't use on this computer because
Flash.
This is 10.5.8 and
I've
Flash,
had it.
Adobe Flash no longer works on MacBooks that are
How
10.5.8. But looking at Flash animation, it is, and there are, like when I did the interview with George Christic a while back, when they do bring back their cartoon Megas XLR, and now, like I mentioned in the other episode, they're working on a show for Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
They are doing Flash animation here in the United States. Chris Pranosky, one of the other co-creators, and I'm a fan of his Twitter, and he posts all types of crazy stuff. Like, if you're a fan of any of his cartoons, Chris Pranosky from Titmouse, follow him on Twitter because he puts crazy pictures. And on Flash, now the cool thing about Flash is, and it's the way people do animation, where they have these things called keyframes, where, if a character, it's usually the most extreme stuff. Like, if you got Bugs Bunny jumping up in the air, you're going to have him, like, one keyframe is him all crouched down, and then,
the
another
next
keyframe is like he's fully extended, his toes are pointing, his eyes, his ears are kind of moving in the air. That's a keyframe. And what they do is, back in the day with older, more traditional animation, or I would say in the past 20 years, they would send those keyframes to Korea.
Who would have thought?
And it would be a room full of people doing all the little middle frames in between. Flash kind of uses an algorithm and figures out what goes where and does it in between.
Oh, that's cool.
So,
cut out the middleman.
If you support shows that have Flash animation, and
you're supporting America.
You are supporting America, because a lot of tradition, when I say tradition, I mean from the last 20 years, have been known, especially like a show like The Simpsons, they send their stuff overseas. So Flash animation is all American. God bless America.
Be American, buy American.
My daughter's looking for her Baba. Where is your Baba?
It's up there.
Oh no, that's her other Baba.
Bitch has got two Babas.
Yeah, she's got it good. So if you do support George Christic, Chris Pranosky, all the people from Titmouse, and basically anyone who watches Adult Swim cartoons on Cartoon Network, Metalocalypse, the most famous one is Aqua Teen Hunger Force. That's all Flash animation. That's all stuff that basically those guys. I think the bigger shows now hire people to do it in the middle.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
But like Chris Pranosky on his show, he was doing it from Motor City. He would do the keyframes because that's his baby.
Yeah,
and then these other Flash animators, and using Flash in and of itself, would fill in all the little gaps. And
very cool.
If you support Flash animation, you're supporting American companies, goddammit. And I think like Ghost Street or Gray Street or whatever, there's like one main production company for Cartoon Network. Ghost Industries or something. I forgot the name of it. That's based in Georgia. Okay. And then they get a tax credit from producing shows in Georgia.
Because that's a street name, right? I think we've talked about that.
Yeah,
it's like a famous street.
Ghost Street, or I forgot the name of it, but so you're supporting, it's in the South, Georgia.
Georgia peaches,
made
baby.
In Georgia.
Made in Georgia,
and like The Walking Dead's made in Georgia. And I'm kind of repeating myself from other episodes, but support Flash animation, because that's all
the
American,
bottom line. All American, damn it. We're so patriotic on this show.
Well, no, I'm just saying.
Yeah, cuts out the middleman.
I had, I don't want to jinx anything, but I may have a chance to write
for an episode.
For a cartoon, so that's awesome.
Very cool.
So my work will be supporting American animators.
That's what we do here on Two Strangers. Support America.
And, I guess this is a global show.
America!
We've been downloaded in 17 countries.
We love you guys.
We love you guys. And, if anybody from Korea wants to animate something for us, that'd be awesome.
That'd be awesome, too. We're like an open book. What?
Do you have anything? Because I have like a whole list of stuff here.
Okay, let me look. Oh!
Breaking news? No.
Not really breaking news, but my love for Britney, and I've been, I think some things are in the work here where she might be getting back into her old self. I'm excited. Crazy!
You got me crazy. I just can't see.
I'm so excited.
So, okay.
Okay, this one. She's
I've
been...
heard a couple things, but let's, all right,
I
I'll
love
let
that you know it, too.
Yeah.
My girl Brittany.
Mm-hmm.
There's been a couple things this past couple weeks.
She's made
a couple of news. Nothing crazy, but I think
she's not slapping people in
not
Target.
yet.
Not yet.
Yeah. She's not Cat Williams in it.
Yeah, she's not getting paparazzi hit by cars just
it.
yet.
Not yet.
She's not.
Give it time.
She's not smoking a pipe,
Give it
a
time.
weed pipe in the car
Yeah, in the
just
wheel
yet.
with, like her baby. I guess she wanted $18 million for X Factor.
Uh-huh.
I think she was up to like $15 million. I think that's what her last deal was.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ended up whatever.
I thought it was. I mean, wasn't the original like 10 million?
Something like that. 10 or 15. Either way, double digit
I mean,
million.
yeah. I'm just in my mind. I thought it was 10 million, but I wouldn't be surprised if she asked for 15.
Yeah, I don't remember.
So
yeah. So whatever. She ends up quitting.
Mm-hmm.
She's leaving. Okay.
Because they didn't pay.
No, I just think I don't know. I just think she's done.
Because it's so hard.
Yeah, because life's so hard. For a season, and she's going to be returning to the studio.
Oh.
Which the CD is probably going to suck, but I'm excited because that means she's just doing her thing right now. Mm-hmm. Split from her engaged,
from her fiance who
slash manager
there was
slash
a lot of controversy. The saying like he was kind of like not controlling
Basically.
her, or
well, he was her agent.
He was doing everything he can
And
to keep her out of trouble.
Yeah, basically.
She don't like that.
Girls,
Girl gone wild.
You can only keep that girl tame for so long. So apparently it was amicable, which is good. Splitsville.
How old is Brittany now? She's like
31.
Oh, okay. Oh, she's older than you?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you.
I think she's like my sister's age, though.
Oh, okay.
Because I was always like, man, I wish my sister would do this so I could be in the limelight. Yeah, I think she's like
You
31.
would be the Zoe.
Yeah, Zoe 101.
101.
I did my baby. Okay, so she splits from him. Girl's single again, which is exciting.
She's single.
She's gonna be clubbing, girl. She's gonna be hitting
She's
gonna be hitting the
to go to
studio. And now she's in talks for. She's gonna be possibly living in Sin City
She's moving to Vegas?
because she's in talks for $100 million a year to have like a show. Like Celine Dion does.
Yeah, Celine Dion, Penn
So, like,
Teller, Chris Angel,
So
all those.
my girl's single, hitting the studio, living in Vegas. I smell the old Britney coming back, and I am loving it.
You think they'll get this show all up? She'll do like two of them, and they'll just.
Oh yeah, and then they'll be like, all right, like she's all sloppy and shit.
Call it a loss.
Just give her the check, and that's it.
Britney live at the Mirage.
I think she's gonna be my little party girl again.
Oh
And,
boy!
well, she's been tamed too long.
Countdown to the meltdown.
Yeah, countdown to the meltdown. And I'm excited. What I hope for is that it is a great album, just because it's gonna be all auto-tuned and shit like that.
Oh, yeah.
But just to, get my girl one last try. One last try. She's not going anywhere.
Toxic. Yeah.
There you go, Toxic. So, countdown to the meltdown. Big news.
I'm addicted to. I'm sorry.
This is probably
I'm singing.
It's great background.
My daughter's looking at.
This is breaking news that is going to shock the world.
Breaking news.
Shock the world. Vanessa Bryant, Kobe Bryant's wife,
Oh, yeah.
called off the divorce again. Who would have thought? That girl isn't going anywhere.
Well, he got like a $5 million ring.
She isn't going anywhere. Yeah. Basically, they have an open relationship.
It's not.
Basically, it's an open relationship where he cheats and she sticks around.
He cheats and he has to fucking end up paying.
Yeah.
For.
He's got the money there.
I guess I don't know.
I'm gonna sleep with this girl and I'll give you a ring tomorrow.
Is the pussy worth it?
I guess a divorce would be more expensive.
Because he cheated on her
numerous times.
And then got the $5 million ring.
Yeah, so she's always going for a divorce. I feel like this is the fifth time.
Cost him $5 million.
Is it worth it? Well, $5 million to him is probably like $100 to us.
Now, mind you, right before all this, and I don't know if I mentioned this before, he had a big Sprite endorsement.
Yeah.
And I remember there was like a commercial. He's drinking a Sprite and he's throwing the ball behind him. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure. I'm not I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure sneaker endorsements.
Oh, I'm sure.
Sport apparel. And that
and he's the Lakers.
They all kind of went away. when they alleged rape.
Right,
and they found
right.
out it wasn't rape. It was just consensual sex with, the girls making up a story afterwards. And unfortunately, what was that in Colorado where they're going to railroad a brother? Come on, let's be real here. And, Colorado isn't exactly the most minority-friendly state. And once again, I've been doing a lot of stuff online on social media, spamming people. And I'm not even making a joke. A lot of people refer to Colorado as beautiful. Everyone goes, oh, I live in beautiful Boulder, Colorado.
Oh.
I live in beautiful Denver, Colorado.
I live in shitty Rochester. That's how I would
A lot of
describe
people
it.
refer to Colorado
Does have
is
the
like
mountains.
Beautiful. Yeah, no. And then
I guess it is scenic.
it's
known for its scenic views.
There's a buddy on my friends list who I've known for about 10 years now. I've never met him in person. He's in the goth community, and apparently he lives in a shitty area.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, he's like the only white guy on his block. It's all Mexicans and stuff like that. And, but he gets, I love when he gets irritated. He's white, and even he gets irritated with the white people.
With the white people of Colorado.
Because Colorado's ultra white. Colorado is
Well, it's like ski territory. How many?
Yeah, the brothers don't ski.
Right. Now, the other day I was watching the playoffs for this weekend. I just was watching it at work.
Mm-hmm.
And they had
football,
yeah.
Okay.
I know, Chris is like, oh, what sport is it?
There's ever since me and my stepson started playing Madden NFL 13, first of all, he's got super into football, so he watches it with his grandfather, and I kind of I sit and observe, and I try to figure out who's doing what.
Yeah, once you understand the game, it's exciting. Because I used to be like, and then my dad kind of got me into it. I was like, oh, it actually isn't that bad. But now, okay, the other day was they were in Seattle. Mm-hmm. No.
Was it the Redskins in Seattle?
No,
there was a big controversy in that game, and I caught bits of that game because they kept getting in each other's faces.
Oh yeah, I love that shit.
And and the guys were one guy gets in one guy's face, and the other guy pushes him away.
Right, they just keep, get out
of my face.
So yeah, it was Seattle and whoever there.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. I mean, I guess it makes for good news, but there's so much money
it's
running
more
on the line.
Annoying, all right.
Yeah,
what are you guys gonna do and you're all padded up?
Well, yeah, I mean,
what are you gonna do?
Talking trash is part of the game.
Yeah. But once you
gotta know when to
cut it
stop.
Off. Yeah.
And plus, there are a billion eyes on you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Are
you're
you
not
gonna
get
let
away
your
with anything.
ego get in the way of you possibly losing your contract because
you want to act for that 1 second?
Act like a fool?
No, I don't know if it was. It looked like maybe a dome, a closed dome. It might have been open. I don't know. But to me, it kind of looked like it was closed. So I was wondering, because now that pot's legal there, can you smoke in the stadium? And would it all stay in the stadium?
No, I think
because all I could imagine was suddenly the game just everybody slowed down. Suddenly they're all getting contact highs. The players are just I think I'm moving fast, but they're walking in place. And then I was waiting for them to be eating on the side, it's the world's longest game.
Forget them. If they allowed,
I don't. Obviously, they probably don't. But wouldn't that have been awesome?
They charge, and that's.
I'd rather risk getting caught.
And that's with the store making a profit,
right?
So imagine $6 for a cup.
And then you gotta wait in line.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not even like you...
That's another reason I'm glad I don't drink anymore.
Sometimes you gotta get two, because you want to keep that buzz, but then it's
Yeah, then you walk down these steep steps, and you got the beer with you, then you're trying to get to your seat, and there's people there, don't fucking move, and...
It's more of a hassle, if anything. It's more frustration. I'm frustrated talking about it.
Yeah, let's get drunk in the parking lot.
I'm pissed. Get drunk in the parking lot.
Tailgate, when I did drink, when I went to metal shows, I don't do the full blown tailgate, but you'd sit at the car, have a couple drinks, and then go to the show. Because I like to go to metal shows. I tended to go to shows like Ozfest and stuff like that, where
big ones.
The freaking doors opened at 4 or 5 o'clock, so you can hear the bands from the parking lot, and you kind of just hang out with your buddies, have a couple beers, go in. Maybe if you were that stupid, you would go and buy an actual beer inside. But it depends, because in Jersey, some shit happened in with drinking. The cops, I think kids, not kids technically underage, but 20 years old, 19 years old, like
Underage,
died
yeah.
from like alcohol poisoning because they were.
Was this recently? Or within like the last?
I would say it's been in the past like 3 years because it was back when I was drinking. And I had went to a show right after.
Oh,
and
did they
luckily
really crack down?
I saw the state trooper before they came and busted us. Not we were just drinking, but like about a week or two before we went to the show, these kids, I want to say kids, I mean 18, 19,
Yeah,
20,
just
technically
not 21.
underage, had drank so much that like one of the kids
Wow.
died of alcohol poisoning.
Now, were they tailgating or did they buy it inside?
No,
Or-
tailgating.
Oh, okay.
Because it was hard liquor. They were doing hard liquor,
Oh,
you know.
yeah.
I was always a beer man. You
Yeah.
know, when I drank liquor, that means I was in a destructive
The only time I really drank liquor is like if I was doing a shot.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not.
Oh, yeah,
one-
no,
I don't
never-
like the mixed drinks. Crushes my stomach. Not to be gross, but I don't feel good when I drink that. I stick to one thing that I know will make my stomach okay. Just beer. I know nothing's gonna happen. And that I don't shit my pants or anything. Oh Lord! Now that we took that turn, what do you got?
And we're going to take a quick break.
Quick and hit.
We'll be right back.
And now, a word from our sponsor.
Hello, listeners. This is Chris from Two Strangers, One Podcast. I'd like to announce that we are now part of Livin' Lane Podcast Entertainment. Check out our Facebook page at facebook.com/Livin' Lane Podcast Entertainment. LIVINLAME Podcast Entertainment. Along with Two Strangers, One Podcast, there are a bunch of brand new shows to choose from. There's The Breakdown with Filthy Phil, Shane O'Mac, and Cord bringing you the latest news in the music world. Join Joe and Carrie Fox in the Fox Den for your fix of astrology, numerology, and nature. Get your movie and television news with the Real Chat Podcast. And the big daddy that started it all, Livin' Lane. So check out the Facebook for information on new episodes and updates at www.facebook.com/Livin' Lane Podcast Entertainment. If you're enjoying this podcast, support our Kickstarter project. Just go to Kickstarter.com and search for Two Strangers, One Podcast. Click and Hit, enhancing the experience for all recreational smokers. Click and Hit is a one-handed portable vaporizer. This smoking pipe has a compact 4-stage design, complete with a built-in, windproof, butane refillable torch lighter. The large burn chamber holds your stash of legal herb or pipe tobacco. Click the button to ignite and inhale as usual. When you are done, put it back in your pocket for later. Smoke anytime with the touch of a button. No more carrying around grinders and tins. You can leave the pipe, rolling papers, and even your lighter at home. The Click and Hit cordless vaporizer is no bigger than a normal cigar, making it the world's smallest and most discreet vaporizer. It's perfect for use in small places or shared rooms. It's efficient, getting 5 to 8 draws from your packed chamber. It's affordable at just $19.95 each. Buy 3 and the shipping is free. Buy 4 and you get the 5th one free. Visit www.click-n-hit.com. That's clickandhit.com. And now, for listeners of Two Strangers, One Podcast, you can use promo code STRANGERS and receive 10% off your purchase at clickandhit.com. That's promo code STRANGERS for 10% off your purchase.
We now return to Two Strangers, One Podcast.
And we're back. Well, actually, like I had mentioned before, Chris Pranosky, I'm a big fan of his. I go on his page. He's made shows Motor City. He can't tell us what project he's working on now, but he had. Do you know who Lemmy is? Lemmy is the lead singer of a band called Motorhead.
Okay.
And Motorhead is, this old school metal show with basically Motorhead was a big inspiration for Metallica, which is why I like them. And I don't know if you ever seen the movie Airheads.
Oh, I love Airheads.
And one of the jokes in the movie is Lemmy and God get into a fight. Who wins? And the guy goes, Lemmy. He goes, wrong. And he goes, God, wrong. He goes, trick question. Lemmy is God.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember that, but
joke.
I had no idea.
Yeah, Lemmy is the lead singer of,
it's one
and he's a British guy, always in black jeans, black cowboy boots, black cowboy hat.
So
Even though he's British,
he
big handlebar
black.
Mustache, which if I had the money and the style, which probably,
You would do it.
I probably not cowboy boots, because I'm not a cowboy boots fan, but you've seen, I have my Harley Davidson flame boots,
Shit kickers.
Yeah, he's defined rock and roll, he's rock and roll
face,
defined,
yes.
and he was recording for Chris Pranosky, and of course, there's a quick picture taken with the cell phone. Lemmy's there in the recording studio, mic in front of him, cigarette in his hand, and a fucking what accounts to like a bowl.
Okay.
You know, you see ice in it, but you know there's got to be like whiskey or Southern Comfort or something like that. Like, and mind you, he's working.
Right.
He's doing a
with
voice.
a cigarette and
with a cigarette and
whatever beverage
some
that is.
sort of hardcore brown liquor, because it was brown, and I doubt it was fucking Pepsi, you know, or Coca-Cola.
Here, enjoy your
It's
Pepsi.
like, oh man.
Don't you love that?
Fucking
To
Lemmy.
get paid to just chill.
I was like,
and
Lemmy
be
is so
yourself.
badass that
That's
he
how he
can drink
works.
on the job.
Yeah. And nobody's gonna say
Probably
anything.
enhances his performance.
Right. Makes it that much better.
Because Lemmy's a bassist, and I've seen Motorhead live, and he did this one thing. Okay, you ended the show, right? So this is metal. He's banging his bass with his forearm. Now, mind you, the amps are all turned up, so there's like ridiculous feedback. Every time he hits the bass, it's like a fucking sonic wave going through the room. It was ridiculous. And then he takes the bass and holds it almost like if it was like a gun. Like he's looking down and like he's shooting people.
Right.
Banging the bass, banging the bass. Then he just leaves the bass on the stage. Now mind you, it's sending out signals through the speaker. The speaker in turn is vibrating the strings on the bass. You know,
cool.
it's like
Circle
a
of life.
ridiculous feedback thing going on. But it's like, whoa, 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 whoa. It is like shaking the fucking room. And the crowd is going nuts.
Right.
And he leaves it on stage himself, which is heavy music. You know. But holy shit, that was
So he's a great performer.
so fucking bad. And now, mind you, Lemmy has a very growly, gravelly voice. His microphone is over his head. Now, mind you, he's not a tall guy, but his microphone is almost like where his forehead is.
Okay.
And he sings looking up. I guess it puts less strain on his vocals.
Maybe opens it up.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
Ace of spades! The ace of spades! You know, so it's...
Great, Chris. I thought I was sitting next to Lemmy there.
Lemmy is God.
Lemmy is God.
Well, he has a very big mole on his face. So I gotta take...
You can put a mole
I gotta
on
take a Cocoa Puff, glue it to my face, and then, like Aaron Neville. Doesn't Aaron Neville have a big fucking growth on his face?
It's so gross.
So yeah, Lemmy
is God.
is getting paid to do his voice work, and he's smoking a cigarette and drinking some sort of brown liquid, which I'm pretty sure is high in alcoholic content. God bless America. He's British. He's from England.
Just breathe fire.
Ace of spades.
Oh my god, I thought Lemmy was here for a second. It's just Chris, just next Chris. Blue Ivy turned one.
Blue Ivy, progeny of Beyonce, and now
how much do you think they spent on the birthday?
now they're doing they're promoting that she's going to be at the Super Bowl, and they're doing like
supposedly Destiny Child reuniting.
Oh my god!
Supposedly they're reuniting. I don't know if they're making a CD or what, but supposedly they're going to reunite.
I think Kelly Rowland is very sexy.
I like her. Supposedly they're going to reunite at the Super Bowl. That's the rumor right now, and I could just see Beyonce coming out, doing her thing, then suddenly the other two, and then like it cuts to commercial or something.
What about the first girls from Destiny's Child?
The Bugaboos.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to them?
You bugging me. I'm bugging.
You bugging
So yeah. I mean, it's Destiny's Child, but it's not Destiny's Child.
It's not the original.
That's gonna be now.
I do like Kelly Rowland. I enjoy it.
You're gonna laugh.
Uh-oh.
Forgive me. I was.
Here you go.
No, I was looking at Perez Hilton's
You're
Twitter.
Sick.
And it might be still up at this time. There's a picture of Beyonce. I'm assuming this is after she had the kid, because she's wearing
the one on GQ.
She's wearing a football jersey.
Yeah, I think it's her on.
And
I think GQ.
In this particular picture, she's jumping up in the air, so it's like mid-shot. Her thighs are off to the side. Imagine
so she's forward and eyes.
Her body and torso
she's
forward,
like perfectly forward,
but her legs are off to the side. So this might have been a photoshopped as hell photo or whatever.
All of them are. I mean what are you gonna?
And now mind you, I'm not a thigh ass man.
Oh yeah, she's not a perfect.
That particular picture, she looks really good. Now she's jumping up in the air. She has like a belly chain, so even like the belly chain is kind of like in mid.
I wish you could see his face.
Flight.
Mid-flight.
I had to save it to my hard drive. It is a
I think
sexy
she was on the
fucking...
cover. I think it was GQ is what it was.
Okay.
I think that's and it was in like, is this Photoshop? They're all Photoshop.
Even if, I'm pretty sure it
she
is,
had a
but
perfect body.
The person who did the work.
Yeah, I was like, it's easily
deserves every
Photoshop.
penny.
They're all Photoshop, but
She looks
she's
good
not
in that picture.
She looks healthy.
Yeah.
She looks good.
I mean, she's got meat on her. But
yeah, no, but it's like
if
right.
it is a Photoshop picture,
yeah, I mean,
give that person every
guess how
fucking
much-
dime.
guess how much they spent on that first birthday? I don't know what they did for the birthday, but
Well, if he has his own like dedicated
that
babysitting
$1 million
center nursery at the Barclays Center, I can only imagine.
200,000.
Wow.
I don't know what they had. It didn't say.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to be the
Actually,
clown.
200,000.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be like $1 million for this.
I swear to God, I was thinking like 16 million. Or something like that.
For my baby only turned one once.
Imagine when she turns 16, the super sweet 16,
That's
the
gonna
Blue
be
Ivy
the super,
Carter.
super.
Because you got mom and dad who are just ridiculously rich.
That's gonna be when her first single drops or something.
She's gonna have a single at 8. I guarantee you. It's gonna be
Kids Bop or some shit.
What's that? The Hard Knock Life. Like she'll be singing the Hard
She's
Knock
gonna be
Life.
Annie
It's a Hard
in
Knock
Annie.
Life for us. With her
She's
father
had
like
it
reading
hard.
the lyrics.
Yeah. She's lived a hard life.
Yeah, she'll be the first Black Annie. You heard it here first. You heard it here first. Why wouldn't?
She's got red hair.
Why wouldn't Annie be black? Why not? It's about a poor girl who's looking for. You could do Black Annie.
You could do Black Annie easily.
Yeah.
There's a lot
Daddy
of Black
Warbucks.
Annies out there.
Daddy Warbucks. You get a big. You get. Let me see. Who's a. You get like a Ving Rhames or something like that.
Yeah,
Or
like who would be Daddy Warbucks?
who would be a good singer? I guess no. Anybody. You get fucking Seal. Seal as
Feels with Daddy Warbucks.
Daddy's Warbucks.
And he's just singing all his bands.
Yeah, he's got. It's a musical.
Well, who would be the
You heard
dog?
it here first.
The
Seal
dog
and Blue Ivy
from-
Carter.
The dog from Frasier.
The dog. Well, I mean, by that time, the dog's probably not even born yet, but
Yeah.
you could do it, man. Black Annie.
With red hair and freckles still. Gotta
Yeah.
get that. Yeah.
You have red. You had this,
And like Willow Smith would be in it, of course. The Smith
Yeah.
kids.
Let me see. Who would be like the wicked Miss the
the
one
hell
who
was
ran
her
the orphanage?
The orphanage.
That was originally played by Carol Burnett in the movie. Who looks evil? Nicki Minaj
I was gonna
as
say, like, she comes.
Nicki Minaj as because she looks like too much
She
makeup.
can make that. She knows how to do the face, right?
Yeah,
That wicked.
crazy. Kind of sexual because she was kind of sexual.
Yeah. Her
Nicki
fat
Minaj.
ass.
So Nicki Minaj, Seal, and Blue Ivy Carter and Black
That's
Annie.
it.
You heard it here
Black
first,
Annie.
people. There you go. I think
It's in production.
everyone else, you just get a bunch of
That's a wrap.
no
Extras.
names. Because your whole budget went right there between Blue Ivy Carter and Nicki Minaj, and Seal. Seal needs work, so he'll work
My
for
little
cheap.
Seal.
I bet.
I'll
Okay.
work for cheap.
So I had mentioned a while back that I've been playing DC Universe Online.
Yep.
Enjoying it. Now I've been spending a lot of time now spamming people, so I haven't had a chance to sit back and enjoy myself on a video game console. And we're back, and so DC. Oh, playing DC Universe. Okay, so there are these, games called MMORPGs, massive multiplayer online role-playing games. Jesus. And I guess the most
We love, I guess abbreviations would be the word.
Yeah.
We love them. As in Americans.
The most famous one is called World of Warcraft. And there's been tons of controversy where parents have left their kids in the house to go to internet cafes where the kids died.
Oh my god.
That was overseas.
Oh.
I don't know if I want to say China.
Oh, of course.
So what had happened was, so it's a big phenomenon, these online role-playing games. And like I said, I've been playing DC Universe Online, which I love and I enjoy, but I don't get into it like a fucking obsession.
Like it's their
But
life.
World of Warcraft is a very, very in-depth game.
I've heard.
You can craft
I
your
just
own
always
tools, you can...
heard people playing it.
Yeah, you can... There's people who will pay real money for in-game stuff. You go on eBay...
I feel like
a
we
person,
could just channel our energy into something else. If you're that dedicated.
Yeah, instead of wasting the time to go find some sword, somebody will sell it on eBay, and people pay $200 or whatever.
I gotta get into that.
Then
just start selling all my stuff.
Your character meets that character in the game, and they hand you the sword. It's ridiculous. So there was this guy, a 22 or 23-year-old Chinese kid. Not a kid. I mean, he's 23-year-old.
You love saying kid.
Yeah, I call
Just
it.
because we're in our 20s, Chris, doesn't mean we're kids.
Live some. have like half your life taken away, and so your life has been destroyed and broken down. You're not an adult yet. And I'm a grown man, and I still act like a fucking kid. And so, this 23-year-old Chinese man, or whatever, but I would call him a
man-child
because he still lived at home with his parents. His father hired other people on World of Warcraft he hired hitmen
to kill his son,
to kill his son's character.
So that he could get out more?
So he could stop playing World of Warcraft.
How about he hired virtual hitmen?
He hired... that's the headline.
Virtual hitmen?
Father hired virtual hitmen. And because he
that is crazy.
Stop playing the game, and he paid these guys real money. And like, what an awesome job. All you gotta do is wait for this kid to show up.
Yeah.
And so he shows up, kills him.
So what happens when you die in World of Warcraft? Is that, like, do you have to start over?
Oh, there's a thing called respawning.
Oh,
and the worst part of dying is that your property stays where you died. So if you're killed by people, if you're killed by people close to your level, they're gonna take your shit.
Bastards.
What happens is, and I haven't played World of Warcraft, but I have friends that do. Usually the people that are running around doing all the killing are the people that are like the most highest ranked.
Assholes.
So they'll kill you and not even take your stuff. They'll kill you for the thrill
just
of
for the
killing
fun.
you. So
those are those sick fucks, right?
So now you got no equipment, and you gotta run back to where you were killed
to get all your stuff.
Hopefully, people haven't looted your shit yet. So
welcome to the real world, bitches.
In China, a father hired a virtual hitman, which I think it's fucked up. If I was the kid, it's brilliant for the father.
Did it work?
It worked. Though the kid went to online communities because there's a lot of message boards, online communities, and he's like,
who the fuck?
He's like, why do I keep getting killed? And someone says, dude, your dad hired us to kill you. You know what I'm saying? And it's not illegal.
I wonder if their relationship is strained now. He's like, Dad!
Because now actually, the guys who were doing the killing, that might violate some like terms of service for using World of Warcraft, because they discourage outside real life transactions, like that stuff that happens on
that
eBay.
Was real life,
they discourage that. If they find out you're selling your stuff, they will
cut you out of the World of Warcraft.
They can suspend your account, and but there are places in China where people will sit there all day and dig for gold, because you can dig for gold in the game. They call it gold farming. And people get paid.
I ain't saying she's a gold digger.
Yeah.
They get paid for farming?
They get paid to dig for gold, and then you pay real world money, and then that character will come and meet you.
So that's just...
It's a virtual economy with real money. It's crazy.
That's just a little too in-depth.
In this virtual economy, a real man hired hitmen.
That is awesome.
Like I said, if I was the son, I would hate it as a father.
I wonder how their relationship is now.
He goes, I want my son to get a job.
Yeah, I know.
It's probably sitting around fucking movies all day.
That's what, because those people who are so into video games, why don't you just go work at, become like a video tech or something,
Yeah. I mean, some people just don't have the talent. It's so much easier. It's like saying if you like movies, go out and make a movie. It's hard.
Sorry, Chris.
No. It's like people, you like a podcast, go out and make a podcast.
Yeah. But that's exactly what we did.
And, you can support our podcast by visiting our Kickstarter page.
Yeah.
And,
whatever.
Come
just
being, and
dropping
then
that line.
We can bring you on our show and give you an idea on how to be the podcast. And let me tell you, seriously, I've done a couple steps, I think I can be hired out. If you want to hire me to set up your podcast, hit us up at facebook.com/2strangers1podcast, all spelled out.
Crystal, set up a podcast.
I'll be your virtual hitman.
There it is. Let me be your virtual hitman.
I'll be your internet radio recording specialist.
There you go. Just add internet and some other fancy words after that, and it's a job.
And like I said, I've been doing a lot of spamming to reach people.
That doesn't sound like you.
For our Kickstarter. And once again, I'd mentioned in the past episode, there's a lot of programmers, and there are a lot of Americans / British people that, being video game designers and coders, that have moved to Asian countries. I've seen mostly China, a couple of Japan. I've seen one Korea, South Korea and stuff.
Not North?
And you ain't getting.
Nobody's willingly moving to North Korea.
You ain't being white. No white people are going to North Korea. I tell you that. That'd be. I wonder. They probably won't even let the paperwork go through. Mm-hmm. But I wonder what would it take for someone to visit North Korea.
Oh,
they would probably do such a background check on you, make sure you're not a reporter or anything like that. Yes, my love. I'm paying attention to you. We will go and see the cats in like 10 minutes. Give me 10 minutes. I promise you. As soon as I'm done with the show, we can go visit the cats in the basement. I promise you.
Drama.
So, I wonder if these guys, and I'm definitely not trying to be offensive. You know, they call the term yellow fever. I mean, that's an offensive term where you're attracted to Asian women.
Right.
And I'm wondering
like
if you're, because it's got to be a bit of an oddity for you to be a white guy in a mostly Asian country.
Yeah.
Even though, of course, they have their whole culture, you know, there are huge segments of those countries in China and Japan where they absorb American culture. Mm-hmm. You know, because you go there, you're a white guy, you represent everything.
Oh,
you know, you're Arnold Schwarzenegger, you're Michael Jordan, you're Michael Jackson, you're you know, who else? Brad Pitt. You're like every American icon. Mm-hmm. You know, so it must be just being like a white guy. There's got to be girls out there that like.
Oh yeah. And you're the only one.
American guys.
And you're the only one there for them?
Yeah.
Pimpin' it. Big pimpin'.
You know, and then, I mean, I'm pretty sure, oh, you know, do you know Bill Gates?
You
know, like, do you know?
Hang on, I would say it.
Me and Bill Gates, we email each other all the time.
Pretty close with Bill Gates.
Yeah, we tweet all the time together.
We're always tweeting.
So, it is, I've run into a lot of people from the United States or United Kingdom in Asian countries, mostly China and Japan.
Living it up.
You know, and it must be, and, you know, but I'm wondering if they have an attraction to Asian women. Because if that was the case, that would definitely push me to go move to China or Japan or something like that.
Be surrounded by your interests.
And so it's just something I've noticed going online. A lot of people want to brand themselves online. Like, you know, we're branding ourselves as Two Strangers, One Podcast. And I had mentioned this in the past episode. How do you brand yourself online and not have a Facebook page?
Yeah, that really pisses Chris off. So if you want to brand yourself, have a Facebook page.
Have a Facebook page. I understand you don't want your personal page, but
then make a professional one.
Yeah, because I'm trying to reach out to people, and everyone, you know, brands themselves as some internet, social media marketer, and then you don't have a Facebook page. It makes no sense.
So stop pissing Chris off and make a Facebook page, please.
Make a goddamn Facebook.
Please. Jeez.
I would also like to encourage people, or if we have any new listeners or people are checking us out through Kickstarter, to check out the links on our page. We got a bunch of funny links. I mean, we do have the links to our iTunes. We have links. I have written some fan fiction. I wrote a Big Bang Theory script, and now I put that online because I know
What's his name?
Chuck. Well, not Chuck Lorre. Bill Prady, Chuck Lorre's partner, because Chuck Lorre's more like
the face sort of thing.
He's more of the face. He's got the money, and he's kind of like an idea guy, but he's very broad. It's really Bill Prady's show. You know,
Chuck.
Because Chuck Lorre has 2.5 Men. Yeah. He has Mike and Molly.
Yeah.
You know, Two Broke Girls. Like he has all those shows where he's kind of like he's involved, but he's not. His hands aren't in the dirt.
Word? Yeah.
You know, but he is involved. But Bill Prady, Bill Prady has said several times on his Twitter, I will not accept
scripts,
Big Bang Theory scripts. I won't let people pitch me scripts or anything like that. So I said, all right, well, fuck it. I'm probably never going to have a chance to write for Big Bang Theory. So I have a whole episode, and I started working on a second one. I know how it's going to end. I just haven't finished writing yet. But, you know, there's a link to my fan fiction. There's a link to buy my book. I actually wrote 2 books, you know, starting on the 3rd one. I start projects, but I've actually finished one whole book.
I've started projects.
I'm very good at starting. But no, my second book is done. It just needs to be edited. It's not ready to be put out in the world yet. I had a baby, but she hasn't learned to walk yet. You know, she hasn't, you know, she's my ugly baby, and I don't want to send her on the world just yet. But I do have a first book that you can follow the link, so you can find it at doublejackpot.us. But, you know, of course, money goes to support the Kickstarter. Even if you donate $50, I will send you a copy of the book. All you have to do is click that option, which is a $15 value plus shipping. So, you know, you're supporting the show and you're getting actual physical something in your hand. And I've gotten good reviews. Kevin Smith has checked it out. He loved the idea. I mean, I pretty much put it at the end of every episode, so if you're new to the show, you'll hear it. You know, so I encourage, we always talk, you know, if you want to see a link of me dancing in my Spider-Man underwear,
It
There's a link to
exists.
it on our page.
It exists, folks.
Every episode, I try to put all the links in the description of our episode. So,
please
even
check
people
out
that
his
haven't
underwear.
Listening to us, there's a link to our eBay page. There's a link to our iTunes. There's a link to
Stitcher.
Like I said, Stitcher. Well, Stitcher. I don't think there's. I think did I put a link to Stitcher? There might be a link to Stitcher. I should.
Maybe.
But
I don't know.
if you have an Android phone or Android device, you can find us on Stitcher. So it's just, I encourage people to go to our actual page, twostrangersonePodcast.com, and check out the links. It's in every episode. If you found us on Facebook or something like that, go to Two Strangers One Podcast. You could download the episodes. You could download them to your MP3 player. But check out the links, because there's some cool stuff.
Links.
If you want to check out. Links, bitch!
Links, bitch!
All right.
That's how we're gonna start talking. It's just say bitch at the end. That's how you know we're serious. Bitch.
Yeah, I have a couple more things.
What you got, Chris? What you got?
All right. And okay, you are out on a date with a man.
Like right now? No.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm out on a date.
Okay. I'll put it in my.
You're out on a date with a girl.
I'm out on a date with a girl.
Asian?
No. I mean, Asian women are attractive.
Yellow
not
fever?
really I like petite women. I love beautiful. I love that silky straight black hair. But
loves all women.
I'm a lover of all women. Every
Chris don't
kind
hate.
of woman has their own thing that makes them very sexy. And there's no such thing as an ugly woman. There's women who don't try.
Yeah, no effort.
I'm not saying. I'm not
saying ugly.
June Honey Boo Boo's mom is attractive, but if you know how to work it, when she says smexy and she gets her, she tries to get Sugar Bear all riled up. But
as I vomit.
Okay.
So you're on a date with a girl.
I'm on a date with a girl, right? We're at dinner. It's time for dessert. She doesn't order dessert.
Mm-hmm.
I order a dessert. And let's use one of my favorites. One of the things one of my go-tos is key lime pie.
Mm-hmm.
So she'll come and take a forkful of my key lime pie.
Yes.
Isn't it better
nope,
if I just
you have
get
to
her
share.
her own slice?
You have to share.
I'm paying for it. If I'm paying for dinner,
if she wanted her own
touch
slice,
my shit.
See, a girl doesn't want to seem too. Usually, what happens is going out to dinner, we'll usually eat a little something so that we don't overindulge and look like a fat ass on the date. Mm-hmm. Or there's some that just don't care. So they're not going to order their own. And you're going to share. And that's that.
I hate that. Don't touch my stuff.
Or if you just flat out say, if you want some, I'm just eating this whole thing, you might as well just order another one.
I said, look.
If you give a fair warning, that's different.
A forkful. I'd rather pay for your slice and have your fork.
So if you lay it out and say it like that.
Let it go to rest. Or let it go to waste. Or I'll eat the rest.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
All right. I just thought that was going to slide.
Yeah, my daughter she wants to go downstairs and visit the cats, so she's getting very anxious. She wants to go out.
So if you lay it out there first, that's different.
I would say, look, let me get you your own slice. I won't even touch mine. I'll wait till your slice comes. I don't want you, don't put your fork.
Okay, if you say it like that, that's fine. But if you just assume that she doesn't want anything, no, you have to give her some of yours. Oh, you can't say shit because you didn't lay it out.
Don't touch my stuff. Especially without permission. I mean, I've had girls. Oh, do you mind if I get a taste? Let me get you your own slice. I won't touch mine. I'll wait till yours comes. Boom, we'll eat it together. That's the way it goes.
I used to have a friend. Well, I'm still friends with her.
And I got static for that. I'll get you your own fucking
Oh, see, if somebody laid that out, like said that to me, I'd be like, okay. I'd be like, all right. Mm-hmm. Some people, I guess, would take offense. Whatever.
I don't know. People giving me. Wow, my daughter really wants to go see the cats. Yes, baby.
Raven.
Oh,
I
just pulled out my headphones. Let me see what else. My Hidden Metal show is back. Our friends on the West Coast, Livin' Lane, Cordero, he has on Livin' Lane Podcast Entertainment, Facebook.com/Livin' Lane Podcast Entertainment, LIVIN. Livin' LIVIN Podcast Entertainment. They do have a musical show called The Breakdown. Cord and his friends. I mean, I may be speaking out of turn, but I don't think they have the time to do their show. They don't have time to do the Breakdown show. So Cord has said, for the time being, I can release my Hidden Metal show. So if you missed it, or if you're new to the show, I put together shows. Every episode has its own unique theme. Except for the first episode.
Yeah.
The first episode was all over the place. But I've already put it out there. So, if you can visit... What? Alright, baby. We're gonna go see the cats in a second. So you can look up Podbean, Podbean, the breakdown, Podbean, or you can find a link on Facebook.com/Living Lame Podcast Entertainment. That's the link to all the shows. Living Lame, Real Chat, Box Den, the breakdown. But like I said, for the time being, since it's a musical show, they're gonna let me post my hidden metal shows. So if you want to hear me play songs from my own playlist, songs that I like, songs that I think are pretty awesome,
DJ Chris.
DJ Chris on the mic.
Hey, yo, hey!
So now I'm using their bandwidth instead of ours. Got a bed, Chris. Alright. Let me see what else. Well, alright, we'll pass the hour mark. I had mentioned to Kristen this thing called Faces of Death. She never heard of.
This is supposed to be a nice, upbeat show. And you want to talk about Faces of Death.
There was an underground video called Faces of Death. It was on VHS back in the 80s. And it was basically just footage of a whole bunch of people dying. Guys in an electric chair. There were, guy jumping out of a plane with his parachute not opening.
We're trying to get people to donate. They're not going to donate to a sick mind.
Well, no,
I'm just kidding. Yeah.
If
Your sick mind.
If somebody could come back me up and... I guess you could just Google it, but there was a video out there called Faces of Death.
Oh, I don't put it past anybody to have that video.
Yeah.
Doesn't surprise me.
And then they have 5 volumes of it.
All right. You're so dramatic.
All right.
Come here, baby. Mommy. Daddy.
Raven. We certainly hope you enjoyed listening to the show and had as much fun as we did recording it. Thank you for listening to Two Strangers, One Podcast. I'm Chris.
And I'm Kristen.
Don't be a stranger.
See ya.
Bye.
All right, here we go, man. Go ahead. You want to read
Double Jackpot.
What is it?
It is a self-published book by Christopher Cologne.
Chris Cologne? Smells good to me.
But
look at her. That broke that fucking cold little exterior. He's like, hee.
But it is spelled C-O-L-O-N.
Him punny.
But Double Jackpot is a book about a comic book artist, Eric, who is in a loveless relationship with a materialistic
I feel you, Eric.
Lynette.
Oh, fucking. Are you sure I didn't write this? Sounds hauntingly familiar.
He starts cheating on his girlfriend with a more creatively supportive woman, Nadia.
Well, I gotta meet her. Where's the Nadia?
There's your summer girlfriend.
Summer Nadia is Nadia.
Nadia?
Yeah, I think Nadia spelled with an A.
All right.
Both Lynette and Nadia play the double jackpot, the largest payout in lotto history, much like the recent Powerball. Both girls play his birth date as the winning numbers. Eric is now stuck between two of the country's richest women. Who will he choose? It's not that simple. This is a clever fucking idea, man.
Is.
Look at her, fucking. She's impressed.
I am.
She got some summer reading. Christopher Cologne smells real lovely with an original idea. This is. I've never heard this before.
I haven't either. This is a self-published book, much in the indie spirit as Kev's Clerks.
Oh, you don't even need to name check me. This is just a good idea. You could stand on your own, man. You don't even have to be like, hey, remember Clerks? This is nothing like that. This is way more original than Clerks. This is a good idea, man. Why didn't I think of this?
I need something to read. This book is part of the Comic Books, Heavy Metal, Video Games Trilogy Book 2. Odd I See, A Tale from the Road, coming soon.
Right on, man. It's part of a trilogy. This is the first part.
Way to write, man.
He's seeking a literary agent. Motherfuckers, anybody out there? There ain't no literary agents listening to this show, I assure you, sure. Sure. I assure you, sure. But somebody know a literary agent? Hook a motherfucker up! Chris Cologne come up with an original idea. I should tell Raskin. That's a good fucking idea, to be honest with you. That's a fucking rom-com right there. Megan, get Raskin on the phone. Isn't it possible to get Raskin on the phone? No?
Yeah.
I want to run it past him, man. And if it happens, I get a taste, Chris Cologne. I get a whiff, if you will.
The book could also be ordered on www.amazon.com. LULU.com.
That's Lulu.com.
I understand that. I just want to spell it out.
Normally one says it that spells it. Still, Lulu.com. What is that? Do you know what it is?
I don't know. All right. The book could also be ordered on www.lulu.com. Search for Double Jackpot Christopher Cologne. A paperback version of the book is $15 and a PDF file is only $5.
$5 is
Yeah.
insanely inexpensive. 15's not even that bad for a paperback version.
No.
This is $1 million idea right here. Like a movie about a dude who fucking is stuck between two chicks, both of who play his birthday and win the lottery. Come on! I can see that trailer. Chris Cologne is on to something. Nobody else can smell it but me.
I'll read it.
Thank you. I'm going to make that smelly joke.
I know. You're trying to get me to laugh again.
It worked once. Double Jackpot is a self-published book by Chris Cologne, man. It's the first book in his comic books, heavy metal, video games trilogy. Book 2, Odd I See, A Tale from the Road, should be coming out soon. Get all the information at Chris Cologne, like a motherfucker.
I will
his
totally
book,
read this.
Double Jackpot. I'm serious. I'm going to recommend that to fucking Raskin. How is that not a movie? You know what I'm saying? This could be a sexy movie. You could do an R-rated version. There could be nudie in it, and you could show them fucking both chicks. Maybe a little penetration. Maybe a butthole shot. No butthole, no care.
I would like to formally apologize to Christopher Cologne.
No, sex sells. Chris Cologne will appreciate that. He's like, thanks for throwing a few buttholes in there, man.
Don't forget to check out twostrangersonePodcast.net, your one-stop resource for everything show-related. You can find links to subscribe to us on iTunes or on Stitcher. You could also find links to buy my book, Double Jackpot, on twostrangersonepodcast.net.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. And fuck you, I'm out.